Fasting broke your metabolism. You weren't fasting, you were under eating badly. Fasting isn't starving, it's structured. It lowers insulin, steadies hunger, and frees your body to burn stored fuel. What actually tanks your metabolism? Well, what tanks it is chronic undereating, low protein, and poor sleep. So here's the fix. You want to do a fast smart. You want to do it 12-12, 12 hours of fasting, 12-hour eating window, move into a 14-10, and then move into a 16-8, 16 hours of fasting, 8-hour eating window. So fasting, guys, is a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. You got to use it precisely. You have to feed it properly, and it works. Fasting broke your metabolism. You weren't fasting, you were under eating badly. Fasting isn't starving, it's structured. It lowers insulin, steadies hunger, and frees your body to burn stored fuel if you don't sabotage it with these following myths. So we're gonna bust the top 5 fasting myths fast. All right, welcome to episode 108. My name is Dr. Mark Shankman. Thank you for rejoining me on the Obesity Project. Today on episode 108, we're talking about fasting myths people still believe. And this is part 9 of my fasting and health series, 10-part video series. So make sure to check out the other ones if this is the first one that you're watching. All right, so we're gonna get right into it. Myth number 1, fasting puts you in starvation mode and tanks your metabolism. Now, here's the reality. Short, planned fasts, 12, 24, 36 hours, they do not crash your metabolism. Many people see very stable or even slightly higher energy expenditures early on, thanks to stress hormone and fat oxidation. So what actually tanks your metabolism? Well, what tanks it is chronic undereating, low protein, and poor sleep. So here's the fix. You want to do a fast smart. You want to do it 12-12, 12 hours of fasting, 12-hour eating window, move into a 14-10, and then move into a 16-8, 16 hours of fasting, 8-hour eating window. And you want to make sure you eat enough protein in the window and make sure you're getting good sleep. All right, myth number 2, 6 small meals boost metabolism. Okay, that's the myth. So here's the reality. The thermic effect of food is about what and how much you eat, not how often. 6 healthy snacks equals 6 insulin bumps. So here's the fix. Fewer eating events, higher protein levels, and a light walk after meals to blunt whatever glucose release you're gonna get from the meal that you just ate. All right, myth number 3, creamer, collagen, and MCT oil don't break a fast. Well, unfortunately, here's the reality. If it tastes like dessert, it's a meal. Fat and protein can still trigger insulin and definitely breaks the metabolic rest that you really want. So during the fast, here's what you want to be doing. Water, sparkling water, black coffee, plain tea, and unsweetened electrolytes. And then what you want to save for the eating window are creamers, milk/oat milks. So like, all these nut milks, collagen, MCT, BCAAs, sweeteners and syrups, all of those things you need to eat in the eating window, not as part of your fast. And I do a cup of coffee in the morning. It either has to be black if I'm fasting. If I'm not fasting, I add the MCT oil to it. All right, myth number 4, you're gonna lose muscle if you don't eat. And here's the reality. In short fasts, your body prioritizes fat and preserves lean mass, especially if you refeed with protein and lift, resistance training, I mean. Growth hormone rises during fasting, and the risk is chronically under-eating protein, not fasting per se. So growth hormone is gonna protect your muscles. It's gonna cause you to use that fat as your energy source and not strip the muscle and break it down into amino acids that can then be turned to glucose. So the fix is in your eating window, You want to aim for 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of goal body weight. Plus, you want to add resistance training to cause your body to want to build muscle, and you want to do that somewhere in the order of 2 to 4 times a week. Okay, myth number 5, women should fast exactly like men. So here's the reality, ladies. Women's hormonal rhythm is more stress sensitive. So aggressive fasting plus low calories can disrupt your cycles, can disrupt sleep and mood. So here's the fix. Start gentle. Start with a 12-12, move into a 14-10. Avoid long fasts in the late luteal phase, the second half of your cycle, and back off if red flags pop up. Things like cold-wired, tired, cycle changes. All of these things are red flags that tell you that you may be pushing it a little bit too hard. Protein, electrolytes, and sleep are non-negotiable. All right, so keep that in mind. So here's a quick playbook. So this is what you should do instead of all the things that I just discussed. Start small. Start with a 12-12, then move into a 14-10, and then finally into a 16-8 when you've stabilized everything. Break the fast right. Prioritize protein. Make sure that you're getting at least 30 to 50 grams plus some fat that comes along with that protein. And carbs last, and they are truly optional. You don't have to do them at all. But if you're going to eat them after the protein and fat. Also, make sure you're getting plenty of electrolytes daily. If you're not getting enough sodium, potassium, magnesium, and some of the other minor electrolytes, then you're going to feel sluggish and tired, and you're going to start to experience some of these red flag symptoms. Make sure you're walking 10 to 20 minutes after meals, and women, cycle your fasts with your cycle. Health is more important than heroics. All right, so fasting, guys, is a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. You got to use it precisely. You have to feed it properly, and it works. So kill the myths, keep the muscle, lower the insulin. That's how you turn fasting from a fad into a tool. And don't forget, here on the Obesity Project, we're cutting through the myths and we're getting to the root. So stay tuned for the last of our 10-part fasting series. Episode 109, Does Sugar Break a Fast? Explained very simply. We're going to define what breaking a fast really means, and particularly things like glucose and insulin and autophagy. And then we're going to give you a clear list of things you should and should not do. So stay tuned for that. It's the last video in our fasting series. I'm excited that you decided to join me in this series. Make sure to check out the other videos. That's really important. And I will see you in the next one. Take care and have a great, great day.